Hello guys and welcome down to this Ride Sims 2 live stream. And today I am joined by a very special guest and a very good friend of mine, joined by Pete from Virtual Towers Online, of course. How are you doing, Pete?
Yeah, not too bad. How's things? All good?
All good, man. Now, the reason why you're on is because we dropped a post earlier on Facebook, and we've had some awesome comments from that, by the way, guys. So thank you so much for that. And the support's been overwhelming as well that we've received from that post. But we just wanted to talk about that as we're playing Ride Sims. And of course, you've ridden Everest as well. You've actually been to Animal Kingdom and ridden this coaster, so we're going to talk about this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to be a cool stream, guys. It's going to be a one of a kind. So hope everybody's well. Ride Sims, we just notified you alive. Just pop in and say hello. Hello, Ride Sims. Hope you're doing well. Hello to Oliver. Hello, Tom. Hello to Caitlin. Hello to TV. We've got quite a few people. Hello to Mike. Big shout out to our patrons as well. We've got Behemoth Trims. We have Mike, and we have the other one, Aaron. We've got Aaron. So yeah, Patreon is now available, guys. We do have free tiers available. The link is in the video description below. If you do want to support us here at CoasterGen, everything that you pledge to CoasterGen through Patreon goes straight back into CoasterGen, whether it's paying for the website, paying for the music that we use, or even just helping us go on these trips, and just helps us really with the little things that, you know, it helps so much to have the support from you guys, and we really appreciate it. We really do, honestly. It's amazing to see that we already have some as well, which is fantastic. You also get special perks like you'll get special Q&A with me once a month. You'll get behind the scenes stuff, like there's a little behind the scenes video I'll record after this stream, just me talking to Pete, and I'll throw that on there, so you'll be able to see some little things like that as well. It's really cool. But anyway, smash like, guys, and subscribe if you haven't, and let's get operating Everest, which is the brand new beta sim out of Ride Sims, which you can get as well by pledging to them on Patreon. But yeah, so Pete, how do you feel after dropping that post early?
Well, I mean, it's certainly been a long time coming. We've been working on so much stuff in the background that essentially doesn't really worthy of. There's nothing to see. It's all It's all programming and updating and It's boring stuff. But
Yeah.
It's nice to finally sort of get to a point where it's like, hey, so yeah, we've actually done a lot of stuff and we can show it off.
Yeah, like reignites the spark, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. And the fact that near enough the entirety of Katanga Canyon is down to you, Luke. I mean, you've pretty much run with doing all of that stuff in that area, haven't you?
Well, I mean, when we started, like when I first said, "Do you need any help?" In November, I think it was. Like that was when I first joined the team, which is crazy to think how much we've done since then. It's mental. But yeah, it's like we were trying to decide which way to go, and the way to go was obviously Mine Train, because it's the next coaster on that line. So I mean, a lot of work went into doing the track work in NL2, and then just to get that in was a massive success for me personally, because of all the work that went into that.
Please take your seat immediately. Pull down the restraint and secure all gear in the cargo bag.
The amount of research we both had to do in
Have
calls.
a great trip.
Like literally every day we was on Google Maps. That's why I put that tweet out, by the way, guys, about Alton Towers updating their Google Maps Street View, because we need the Street View. The amount of you guys videos that we've watched is unbelievable. If you've recorded a 360 POV on the Mine Train, we have watched it. If you've recorded a 360 POV on the Rapids, we have watched it. If you've recorded a queue line walkthrough of the Mine Train or walking through Katanga Canyon, we have watched it. So it is that. It is literally that. It's been so busy, like you say, like obviously we did the update earlier in the year about the fistyle machines and stuff, but like to actually say what's going to happen with them as well is like a massive step for us as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, now that we've sort of started programming in a lot more like actual gameplay elements, that as a player, what would you do Like you've got statistics of hunger and thirst and needing the toilet and walking and distances and then if you do so much you need to then refill it. So where do you refill it? You have to go to a machine, you have to get the drinks, you can choose your flavors.
Yeah.
And even do like going all the way back to starting the game, you can't get in without a ticket. We've now got a machine that gives you a ticket. You have to have a ticket to go through the turnstile.
Yeah.
And like it's going all the way back and just starting again essentially, but from the ground up with new techniques, new methods of doing bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But it'll be so much better.
It will, and like we said in the post, we made a successful build, and guys, I got my hands on that, and it took, how long did it take us? About 4 hours to get it transferred over to me from you, like, and then to actually install it and everything. It was crazy, but once I got in it, it felt like a different game. It felt so different. It was like, honestly, the performance improvements that we've made on Virtual Towers Online is amazing. Constant frame rate, no spikes. There was one spike, but we know how to sort that out, don't we? But like, when you used to walk into like Tower Street, no spikes whatsoever. No spikes going towards Wickerman. And it was just a breath of fresh air, wasn't it? And it really did. Like, everyone on the team's now proper hyped. Like, we're working so hard on our individual projects as well. Like, we all have individual things that we do as well as group things, and it's but every day, guys, something's happening with it. And I just thought it'd be cool to bring Pete on the stream just to talk about that as well. And Pete's my friend as well. Like, you know, I've been speaking to him every day since November, so it's cool to have him on the stream. We're having another 5 train up. Yeah. Alright, what have we got? Any questions in the chat? If you guys have any questions for us on VTO or anything we're doing at CoasterGen, just fire away in the chat and we'll get to them when we can. Super chat is open. If you do want to super chat in, feel free. It's always appreciated, definitely. And there's 13 people watching, 7 likes. Let's see if we can get 15 likes for the stream. 20 would be awesome. I know it's an early stream, but I thought with quite a few of you guys coming back from school today, you might be on and wanting to watch something. I bet it's been a pretty difficult day for some of you. But yeah, we're here now, and we're going to try and get 5 trains on as quickly as possible. Already got Megaphobia speed, Dizzy Disc down, working on Unreal, but I'm just doing creepy crawl and kickoffs. What's your favourite? What flavours do you plan on adding to the machines? Peach something. I'll tell you that now. It's peach something. It ain't peach Fanta, but it's peach something. We're gonna have to come up with our own brand, I think. Peach banter, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it would definitely be peach flavour, I can tell you that. Incidentally, guys, Peach Fanta is sold out absolutely everywhere in the world. And if you can get hold of some, please let me know. I'm desperate to get some. I can't.
Never tried it.
No, well, it's one of the reasons why I can't wait to get back to Towers off Warp, is or even a Burger King, just to be able to sit in a Burger King and wash down some nice food with a Peach Fanta. It's just. I'm so excited for life to go back to normal whenever it can. Rideflix in the chat, hello. Hey Dan, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Deepak, Harry, quite a few people. I know it's early. We're trying to get 5 trains on now. This ride's making a lot of noise today. In fact, I'm just going to turn it down ever so slightly. There we go. Use this opportunity actually just to have a quick look at the scoreboard. Old Mike, wow, 552,000 in the scores. That is crazy. I'm 8th. Oh wait, switch track. That you can do that to get better scores. So what's this ride like then, Pete?
Oh, what? Wow. Yeah. I mean, near enough any ride in Disney and any parks in Florida are just on another level. I mean, over here in the UK, it's just meh in comparison. Like we haven't got anything in comparison to what they pull out.
Yeah.
For like, yeah, Everest is not a massive ride. Like,
no,
it looks big because it's obviously the size of a mountain, but it doesn't use it's more imposing than just sheer speed. So, like that big drop out of the mountain with the big sweep at the bottom, it's fun. It's just such a fun ride, and the scenery and even the queue line. Like, you don't actually mind having to walk half a mile just to get on it. Like, every which way you look, there's something to look at.
Yeah.
And like just little things that you take for granted are just like, it's so good. It's a shame that obviously like the big Yetti is kind of is it ever going to work again? Is it going to sort of, that's always going to be a big question, but it's still fun. You still hear the big noise and you see the silhouette of it, and it's like, oh, big Yetti.
Yeah.
And the reverse track's fun, like going up and you see the eagle coming across, and it's like, where are you going to go? And I mean, the fact that it's quite a large section in the dark as well, backwards, which obviously some people can't really tolerate. Like one of my best mates, when we went, he came off it feeling so ill.
Wow.
He can't do backwards.
What's he like on 13?
He's all right on that because it's quite a short section, I think. But it's like the whole X No Way Out when that was a thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
many people throw up on that, didn't
I
they?
heard a lot of that. Like, and when I've gone backwards on rides, I don't know. I never get it, but I suppose if it's for a prolonged amount of time, maybe it would be a bit different.
Yeah, maybe. Or people just aren't used to it as well.
Yeah, true. Like, there's not many rides you go backwards on in the UK, is there?
Not really, not anymore. I mean, you've obviously got what's it now? Wipeout, I think is it called, at Pleasurewood Hills. What used to be Missile at American Adventure.
Yeah.
Albeit just a standard Vekoma Boomerang, which we did used to have the other one at Cleethorpes Pleasure Island.
Which you showed me images of as well, which I was like, wow, that thing. I was like, such a cool place to go. It looked like a really cool little park. It really did.
Yeah, it was a nice place. Like the staff, I've never met friendlier staff at a park. Like, it was so quiet on the day I went that they genuinely felt like, hey, there's a person. It's like it's company. I can do something. Like, you actually felt appreciated for being there. Rather than just being like, yeah, get on the ride, yeah, get off, see ya.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
Talked to you and cared for. I mean, okay, granted, they probably bored out of their brains because no one was there, but
that's not the point.
Yeah, because they still made you feel like they wanted you there as well. But yeah, such a shame that park's gone, and obviously whatever's going to happen with Drayton Manor in the future and the other small parks, or even Alton Towers at this rate.
Let's not go there. Oh man, that was bad.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the flat rides in the comments? Let us know. I shouldn't even call them flat rides. They're like 10p fairground rides being put in iconic flat ride spots in the park, and it's just going to cause chaos for queues, and people aren't going to be able to walk in areas where they normally would be able to walk. There's going to be pinch points everywhere. I just don't think it's a good idea if you didn't get that across. But yeah, great idea. Oh god. As good as the booking system going down already, they had to change it to Wednesday. It's something different, but are you actually going to queue for them rides when you've got the likes of Oblivion, you know, Nemesis, Galactica, 13, the Smiler? Yeah, I don't think they should be in the themed areas. I didn't want to go into this, but let's have a little chat about it. Why not? Everyone's got something to say about it, by the sounds of it.
I mean, we only know of one, technically.
Yeah, true. We do only know of one, technically.
But
there are rumours.
If we forget about the rumours and look at purely one, and the fact that that one is dancing on the grave of a classic, that's probably the more annoying bit for me. The fact that they're putting it on the site of something that should never have been removed.
And I mean, people are saying that, oh, well, it's better than having a game there. Well, is the bar that low that people are going to get hyped about this? Like, seriously. Come on.
Yeah.
This is Alton Towers, the premier UK theme park. One of the best theme parks in the world. And now we have fairground rides. It's upsetting. But I get it. You know, they've got to try and do something with all the horrible times we've had, and you know, I'm more curious. Like, I don't actually care really that much about it. I'm more curious about how it's going to work with my visit to the park. How is it going to impact my visit to the park? That's what I'm bothered about. Like,
yeah, sort of like, are the staffing levels going to be either actual tower staff on them, or are they going to be the owners of the ride, sort of the questionable?
And the queue line, the biggest one for me is the one by Ripsaw, because they ripped Ripsaw's queue line out, no pun intended. But there's nowhere to queue. Like, the path next to it is literally roller coaster restaurant. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm really curious to see. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. How do you think they're going to do this? And there are other areas rumoured. We'll just mention them. There's Fountain Square, which is obviously by Hex, which is another pinch point in the park. Because you've got Gangster Granny that's opening up as well, which you can't forget about that. And I kind of think like this is distracting us from this awesome new dark ride that's been made, you know. And that was been delayed already by a year. It's kind of distracting us from that, and I don't like that. I'd rather Gangster Granny be a big deal.
Pull down the restraint and secure all gear in the cargo bag in
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how it's going to work. Like, if you have one there and you're coming off the Sky Ride, if it's open, you're going to struggle to maintain social distancing and stuff. And I mean, I know you're not going to the parks, Pete. You've already talked about this with me privately.
Yeah.
But you know, that's your opinion, is that you don't want your experience to be different of Alton Towers. You've got your experience of Alton Towers, and when you go, you want it to be exactly how it was, which is fine. That's, you know, that's what a lot of people are choosing to do, believe it or not. I'm just really curious how it's going to work, and if they even think of putting one in X Sector. They had to make announcements over the tannoy from the Smiler for people to separate in X Sector. It was that bad at some points last year. Like, it's just weird. Let's see what have we got. Queue lines will be less. I'm not sure they will. Wouldn't mind if they'd been on the lawns, but yeah, agree. If they bringing in virtual queuing, yeah, should be on the main lawn. It's an event to celebrate how it used to be back in the day. No, see, it's not how it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, we didn't have Nemesis. We didn't have these world-class attractions. There was nothing really to offer. We've got a breakdown, I think. Pablo? No, just a block reset. Oh yeah, you must be. What have I done? Okay, there we go. Got distracted then, Pete. Sorry. Also, unrelated, but how's the face recognition digipass going to work with mats? That's a good point, Dave. I don't know. There'll be some sort of genius technology in it. Probably. I've got a feeling I've missed a few switch tracks here because all I'm getting is switch tracks to press. Can we do a dispatch, please? There we go. Right, I'm putting switching on auto while I read these comments. It's better than FOP if it's only getting a mirror maze if it opens.
But is it a themed mirror maze?
Yeah.
So it's still better than Towers.
It's themed to a mirror maze.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Black Mirror, actually?
No, but I've been told to. I've not actually watched any of it, though.
Hey! Chris is in the chat. Thousand Ghosts. Guys, if you like collectibles and all things awesome, like this guy's collectible collection is amazing. A fantastic channel as well, all the way from the US. Hey Chris, hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning into our stream. I did drop a hunt video yesterday to give you a vibe of what it feels like to go toy hunting in the UK on Adventure Collect yesterday. It wasn't great. Gonna spoil it for you. Hello Stubwood, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Finally just bought my VTO brick from Rideflix. Oh cool, what did you put on it? Subscribe to Rideflix. I bet you any money. What do you reckon, Pete?
I don't know, I haven't had one come through. The last one I had was for a pig.
Oh, okay.
Like fin pig.
Fin pig?
I'm sure that's what it was.
What?
Yeah, no, I mean, unless it was that, I don't know. The last one that came through was, I'm pretty sure, was a fin pig.
Ah, cool. Well, whoever that was, thank you very much for your donation to VTO. We appreciate
it. Fin piggy.
Nice. Good afternoon, everyone, from Joe, Theme Pakistani. Hi, Joe. Hope you're doing well. Quick, late happy birthday to Theo if he's listening. Hope you had a great day, dude. I'll see you very soon. Yeah, so there's a lot that's gone on. Like, it kicked off big time last night on Twitter about the fairground rides and stuff like that coming to Towers. I mean, like I said just previously, if you are just joining, I'm a bit like, I'm just curious to how it's going to affect my visit to Alton Towers. Is it going to really take capacity? Is it really going to spread capacity that much when you're going to... I'm personally going to look at one of them rides and just go, nope, I'm just going to do what I was going to do anyway. I'm just going to go and ride Wicker Man or Nemesis if it's open, or Oblivion. I'm not going to bother with these rides, but maybe some people will, and that might be what frees up the capacity. I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. There were so many memes though. Last night was hilarious. We want. Oh, it was funny. It was very funny. Yeah, Chris, seriously, man, we've got an awesome community here, just like yourself, over in the collectibles community and stuff. So yeah, feel free to subscribe to some channels, check them out. They're awesome. There's loads in here right now, actually. Compare Ripsaw to what they've put in its place, and you can see it's worlds apart. Yeah, that was Pete's opinion, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there are travelling top spins.
There are travelling. Imagine if they just put a travelling top spin.
Even if it was like one of the mini ones, that like half the capacity with no theme, I'd have been a little more happy. I mean, I still wouldn't have been great, but you know, better than what was there.
Yeah, true. So, how many times have you ridden Everest, then, Pete?
I did it a few times because obviously, when over in Disney, you kind of have to spread your day out, and obviously queues and lots of queues.
Did you have a fast pass, or did you just jump on?
Yeah, we did have a fast pass, I think, for one of the rides on it, which I think we used that for the back. And then we did also queue for the front as well, which was good. You get a much better view of sort of the reverse turn and everything.
Yeah.
And coming out of the mountain, the view you get to see of the whole whatever
Animal
Kingdom is meant to be kind of jungle, I guess, most of it.
Yeah.
Although this was before Pandora, so that was just basically a giant construction site.
Oh wow.
But everything else, yeah, I think we did it about three or four times. Back is fun, like being right near the engine as it's steaming away and getting refilled in the state. It's like cool, like they literally put steam in the engine.
Wow,
like,
really?
Yeah, the back boiler is actually they have pipes in the station that fill it with steam, and then it goes around like a steam engine.
That's nuts. I can't wait. Like This is one of them rides that I have to get a POV out there. What are Disney like with POVs? I see so many of them. Like people just like going live on.
If it's secure,
they don't care, right?
Because a lot of Disney rides. Right. So the problem with America is they have two very different and distinct ways of handling luggage. You either can't take anything and have to go through a metal detector and they will make you pay for lockers, or you take absolutely everything on with you and they will not take anything to be left on a platform. There is no in between.
Right.
Disney are very much on the, well, it's your stuff, you look after it, you've got to deal with it. So like with ExpediTION Everest, they have like these rubber baggy bits in the front of each car in the seats, and you just put your bags in there and take it with you. So if you're taking a camera on, it's with you anyway. So I mean, it's just there. I mean, if you've got a chest mount, they won't even bat an eyelid. It's so much more laid back because it's like, that is probably one of the biggest things that is a pet peeve, that it's like, if you've got to leave stuff on a platform, but they take no responsibility for it, but you're not allowed to take responsibility for taking it on with you.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. If you're not allowed to take responsibility and they're not taking responsibility, then where do you stand? It's kind of like the whole paying for car parks that don't take responsibility. Well, then what are you paying for?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good point.
If you go and park in a car park and then they say we accept no responsibility for damage, theft, or anything, well, then what are you paying for? Because you're not paying for guards, and what's the point? So to take your stuff on, it's brilliant. It is maybe a little bit unnerving to those that don't normally do it.
Yeah, it's like when you go on the Big Dipper at Blackpool and they ask you to, you have to go on with your stuff, right? Like it's, and same with the Nickelodeon Streak as well. You have to take your stuff on.
Yeah, but
it's weird, isn't it?
But then the fact that it's also like, say, for example, on Rock and Roller Coaster, that has the same system.
What?
Yeah. So
how do you
take your stuff on with you, and you're on a ride that goes upside down?
So how does that work? What? That's crazy.
Basically, what they have are these mesh pouches, sort of like rubberized, that kind of stretch open, take your stuff, and then you put it in there, and it's so low down in the car that realistically nothing's going to come out.
Right.
And if you've got pockets, then obviously use them. But it just is. It just works. I think the rapids are really good as well. They have like on both the one at Animal Kingdom and also Universal. Mm-hmm. My God, that rapids ride is awesome.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that. I'm looking forward to that.
So good. They have, where we have the ring in the middle, they actually converted it into flapped cubby holes that you put your bags in, and it has a cover over it. So you're taking stuff on with you, but it's covered, sort of. I mean, they're not perfectly watertight, especially from Bluto. You literally would get drier if you chucked a bucket of water over you, but it's so much fun. It just works.
That's crazy, and it's so cool. Like that, you know, they think of stuff like that. Like at Towers now, you've just got that little like round thing, and you can't even put one bag in it.
No, I much prefer the original boats on Rapids. The ones.
Yeah, we've spoke about this, haven't we? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. Soz just got here from Lee. What's happening at Towers? Oh man, nothing. Nothing's happening at Towers. But yeah, just if you are joining us, guys, I'm joined by Pete from Virtual Towers Online. We're just discussing, well, Everest really, because he's ridden it, and we were discussing the update that we put out earlier. Yeah, it's been a fun day. I've been busy building the bridge on Mine Train.
Oh yeah, that's coming along really nicely now.
So difficult because it's so. because it's so old, it's like the wood's changed. It's like a living being. It's almost like, you know, it's crazy. It's got its own personality. Like every bit of wood has a bend in it that's been caused by something, or there's a bit of like loose rope here and there, and it's so much work. And you don't realize we got, so the way we've done it, I don't know if am I allowed to say what we're using to do it with?
Yeah.
So we got a wooden, we were looking at like assets and stuff you can get on the marketplace from Unreal, and we were trying to find something that resembled some kind of wooden construction kit, and we came across something like January, would you say? We didn't use it for ages, did we?
Not this one, no. We found another one and had a look at it, and it contained so little worth parts that
yeah,
what was the point?
And it's like the same with the supports as well. The supports for the whole support system and the metal bridge that's underneath the main bridge. And if you guys didn't know that, there is actually a metal bridge underneath the wooden construction that's bracing the whole support structure for the bridge. I had to basically just get a cube in Unreal and scale it to, well, each piece of metal basically, and that's how I've done the wood as well on the bridge. So if it's taken a while, that is why. But like, there's so much detail gone into it. The biggest thing for me was the angle from that pathway, which when we chose to show that screenshot off, I mean, there's a few errors in that screenshot, but like the angle, the way it goes over the pathway is just like so much Towers vibes off that picture. It's crazy. I sent it to Chris from Screw Loops, and he was like, I thought it was real. So when someone says that, it's all worth it. Right, it's all worth it. But yeah, like even the trains as well. We've never shown the trains off, have we? Like,
no. I mean,
so
the amount of stuff that we have done that we aren't showing.
Oh.
Like, we've got so many things that are just going to have to wait. It looks like we haven't done much, but we don't just work linearly. Because it becomes monotonous and frustrating when things don't work. So we might flick to another area and do something over there, and then flick to another area, do some extra something over there, and it is so time consuming. And the fact that
I started to do the lake round Gloomy Wood, didn't I? The pathway up where you come off the sky ride. I was starting to shrub that out with trees and all of the right foliage and stuff, and then we got to a point it was like, oh, that path isn't there anymore. So it's like we're actually waiting on getting out to Towers, and basically what I'm going to do for the channel, I'll let you guys know now, is I'm basically going to walk around with my GoPro in 4K and just walk around every single path with it attached to my harness, and literally it's going to be a stabilized walk around Towers, and it's going to be our archive for anything that we need. It's going to show absolutely everything, because the problem is with using internet sources is that everybody takes artsy photos, and we don't need artsy photos. We need like the right angles and stuff that we need. So it's very difficult. Instagram's a good one because a lot of people take pictures where they're not supposed to really as well, which helps a little bit.
Oh, it was like that on what was it? The really old photos we found of Runaway Mine Train. If it's opening
Oh
day.
man, yeah, opening. We found a Flickr account with opening day Mine Train on, and it looks so beautiful. I would love to be there. Pablo, we got a breakdown and get a Pablo in the chat, guys. Have we got any questions going on? It's Groot. Okay, hi Groot. Take pics of Martin. Okay, cool. Lift 2 has stopped working again. Lift 2 is a pain. It's now working again. There we go. All right, let's let some priority people on. Fast pass coming through. Did you ever ride this at night, Pete?
No. Where were we most at night?
Universal Walk, City Walk.
Well, we were in Universal for night because we went when it was Halloween.
Nice.
So we got to do that.
Take your seat immediately.
We did also do Magic Kingdom in the dark as well. That was nice. Just so amazing. Watch the parade and everything, and
cool.
It's nice to actually be in a park in the dark. It's like the UK. When would that last happen?
I don't know. Oh, Blackpool in the 90s? I don't. like legit.
Yeah.
It's not good. Our park should be open. Like that's the thing towers could do is open the parks later. Like, and make some money back doing that.
I suppose they'll see it the same way as Pleasure Beach. Once you pay to get in, you're not going to make any more money, are you?
Well, I mean, the amount of merch and uniforms that towers have sold this this lockdown is ridiculous. Like selling out of past uniforms.
I mean, even do what Spain do, where their park is open till midnight, but their food isn't open in the day because it's weird that the Spanish people don't eat in the day. They eat at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I remember coming off Shambhala and like, oh, I fancy a hot dog. And it was like, it's not open till 5. I was like, what? It's like 12. It's like...
yeah, you get slight snacks in the day, but if you want to eat...
But then when they eat, like by Stampeder in Portaventura, there's a really nice like steakhouse burger thing. It's weird. It's like a steakhouse, but it's also like a burger house, but does like other things as well. And there's like a little bit of cover you can. Do you know what I mean? Next to Stampede.
I know exactly which one you mean because I think I ate there.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do because that tends to be the only place that opens up around dinner time, and like everyone goes there. It's so busy. I think I queued for about 20 minutes just to get a burger. I was starving. Yeah. I didn't have any breakfast. Like another thing as well in Spain though, like especially in Salou, a lot of people are coming from hotels, like from the town Salou, so they've already had breakfast with the hotel stays and stuff, especially if you're coming from the park as well. So people aren't going to necessarily need that kind of food there, but when it gets to dinner time, tea time, and like late on at night, it's Buy Furious Baco is really cool at night time. It's like a Disney vibe.
Yeah, we sort of stumbled into their fireworks at the end of the day. We didn't even know they were doing them.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
It's like massive fireworks display. Oh, okay.
And there's a big merch shop as well that opens up late by the entrance and exit. It's massive. It's a huge merch shop. I remember it. I actually got some. It was back in 2013, I think, and they sold PA. They had this PA notepad, but it had Woody Woodpecker on the front, and I didn't realize that it was actually graph paper. Right? So I was like, wow, that's cool. They're selling No Limits paper. Because it was like the grids of No Limits. So like all holiday, I was like messaging my friends in the internet cafe. Remember when you used to have to do that in the hotels, like go down to the computer and put a quid in. I was like messaging my mates on MSN, I think it might have been at the time, I'm not sure, and I was like, they've got NL2 graph paper, like, do you want any? And I came home with like 5 booklets for people. it was so cool. I was just designing rides left, right, and center that trip. Like every breakfast, every tea, every time I stopped at a table, I was like, I'm taking the graph paper with me. I'm drawing. I thought it was so cool. That was actually the first time I went on Dragon Khan that trip as well, just before Shambhala.
Yeah, Dragon Khan's a weird ride. It's like you want to love it, but it's just kind of meh.
You didn't go before Shambhala was there, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh, you did? Okay, yeah, because I watched that vlog you did with Dave and everyone.
Oh no, that was my second time.
Oh, your second time, right? Fair
Yeah,
play.
the first
Fair
time I
play.
went when I was 18.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I,
18,
I
I think.
I've been to Salou so many times. It's crazy. I love it. I absolutely love it. I know every bar to go to, every restaurant to go to, every what time, how to get to places, how to walk everywhere, how to bus everywhere. Like Salou is, it's an awesome place, and the fact that they got that B&M Hyper like just blew me away. I was watching the construction. I knew I was going like the year before. My mum and dad were like, right, we're going to Salou in May 15, I think it was. I'm not sure. And I was like, what? We're actually going, as a family holiday. And we're like, yeah, we're going. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be close. And it turns out 3 days into our holiday is the day that Shambhala opened. And the night after, I got on it and there was nobody queuing for it. It was dead. And me and my dad just lapped that thing. Like every seat on Shambhala was like, oh, it was such a good ride. The first time, I think we got a middle seat first time I rode that. And even then, just going over them camelbacks and, the speed hill and the ampersand. Oh, man, it was such a good ride. Quality ride. It's another level. It's like you say. Like, it's just, everything steps up, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Shambhala is, yeah, so good.
It's like even the queue area where they've got the splash down as well. That's cool.
Yeah, being able to walk under it and just
The
looking
station's
up.
a bit crap.
Yeah, but I suppose how much time do you spend in it?
True, very true. They could have done a little bit more with the station, like like they did the rocks on the entranceway into the
Yeah.
Himalayans theme. They could have like done that somehow. Do you know what? At PA, like Dragon Khan's exit when you go underneath the lift hill. That always took me by surprise when you come off it and you go down them steps. Am I remembering that right? I think I am. You go down the steps and you go underneath where it banks out the station and then just
Yes. Yeah.
to the block.
Yeah, I like that as a start of a ride. That
Yeah.
nice little dip down and
It's
turn
cool
up.
on the back because you get whipped around that corner.
Yeah.
It is a cool ride. Like, there's so many good rides in Florida when I'm going, man. I'm like, how am I even going to do this? Like, it's like a military operation to try and figure out how I'm going to get everything in. We got a few questions. On VTO, do the rides automatically operate themselves?
They will, because not all rides will be they're not staffed technically, so they do run by themselves, which is one of the problems with trying to then integrate the ability to control them.
Yeah.
It's easy to do one or the other, but
Yeah.
trying to make a system that runs both is what sets everything back and breaks everything.
Yeah, and we rewriting the ride systems has been so difficult.
Because the biggest problem with the way a roller coaster works is they have an entire room worth of computers, of the PLC controllers checking all the sensors across the ride all at the same time, thousands of times a second to make sure they know exactly where the train is and everything. But then we're trying to combine like 20 rides worth of computers into one home system. And trying to find a way of doing that in the most efficient way is really quite difficult.
I reckon if we printed out all of our background programming, it'd fill 20 rooms quite easily. Like, legit. Like, as soon as you open that up, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna carry on just placing plants and rocks. That's what I'm doing. No, but it's crazy. Like, just trying to figure out the easiest things that you would think would be easy to do in Unreal is not. It's often the hardest things to do.
Yeah, it's like you don't get anything for free when building a program from scratch.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem that has to be overcome, that you get nothing. That if you want something to do something, you have to make it do what you want it to do.
Yeah.
And if you can't find a tutorial on how to do it,
And
or
let's face it, how many games are out there with tutorials for stuff that we want to do? The amount of tutorials we've watched and just been like, yep, that's not what we want, but it's kind of what we want, but it's not what we want. Like,
yeah, so it's like you find a hint. It's like, oh well, it does this, but not this. But it might do that if you do this. And it's like, well, okay, so we have to rewrite with that as a base, but then put something else in. 9 times out of 10, it won't work. And we have to rewrite it again anyway. And it's like, well, what was the point of the tutorial?
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of bad Unreal tutorials out there as well. Like, even when I was trying to learn basic things with like character integration and stuff like that, like, it was just so bad.
Oh yeah.
There's no like down to earth Unreal tutorial people out there. They're all, I don't know, they always seem to do things differently. I think that's the problem with Unreal, is like there's so many different ways to do things.
Yeah, because with the fact that Unreal can be used for so many different things, that you've either got it as a game engine, so it has to run at real time. You've got it as it's like an arch viz just for photos, so you can make it look amazing but runs like crap.
Yeah.
Or you've got the ability to have it as literally a film stage that literally does not run at all unless rendered.
Yeah. That's what they use for the Mandalorian, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, some of the sets were done in Unreal.
That's crazy. Like, I just don't even know where to start with that. I mean, watching Dave do some of his camera work in Unreal is like really cool to see. Like when he's doing his promo shots and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it just looks so different when you get it out rendered. It looks completely different. Like while he's doing it, it's like, man, that camera movement don't look too great. And then he'll like send us a video like, whoa, what? It's literally a studio, isn't it?
Yeah.
But where's Unreal 5?
Yeah, I wish Unreal 5 would hurry up.
I do.
But then again, if we convert to it, it will set us back because everything will break again.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Because that's another thing, that like we upgraded engines between builds. Like the last release and the one we're now on.
Well, on 2.4, wasn't it? The last release. A different
version.
Yeah.
And it broke so many things. That's why so much needs to be rewritten.
Yeah, even like randomly the gates stopped working.
Yeah.
Like doors just like flung open for no reason.
Everything. They all had to be rewritten, and then it's like, is it worth rewriting it in the way we had it, or is it better to rewrite it in a more efficient way?
Yeah.
So you have to work out what the more efficient way is, which sets it back again. So, just everything takes time. Especially with A, working around jobs and other commitments, and B, not always wanting to do it all the time because it gets mind-numbingly headache-inducing.
Yeah.
And
does.
There's not all of us around all at the same time, and there's not many of us doing it. So it's like, it'd be great if we all had a studio, we could all work 9 to 5, we'd all only do that, and everything just worked. But,
yeah. We had updates every day for you guys if that was the case.
Yeah.
Oh, dispatched too early. What a numpty. Gonna break everything.
Oh dear.
Please clear the block. Please clear the block. Please clear it. Clear it. I'm gonna have to call Pablo. Oh, I might have got away with it. Nope, it stopped. Oh, damn it. There we go. Got it. Back. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Like the learning curve that I've been on during this lockdown has been like just mental. I've learned so much. Done so much as well. The Runaway Mine Train looks fire, Behemoth says. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, the Runaway Mine Train model was made by someone on our Discord, goes by Lord Asdi. He's actually made quite a lot of the trains. He did
Absolute legend.
the Runaway Mine Train, Spinball, the Battle Galleon's boat, Wicker Man, and he's looking at doing a couple of others if he has time. But obviously, he just sort of does it when he has time and stuff.
Yeah, which is
But
crazy because the quality, it's just amazing. So good. So detailed as well, like.
And also, like, if there's any slight imperfections, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll sort it.
Yeah, the back and forth has been awesome. Like, it's such a legend. Big shout out, man! If you're watching this somehow, I really, really, really do appreciate all the help you give us. It's amazing. I forgot. Interfere trims. Yeah. So, wow, we've been going for 51 minutes already. That is crazy. That's gone.
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
So quick. The reason why I've done an early stream today, guys, is that I'm going to be working on some of the Metal Score projects that I had you guys vote on Twitter, which got 83 votes, I think it was, and Hex pipped it by about 4%. So, yeah, that's not easy to do. Hex is not an easy piece of music to make into heavy metal. But I'm getting there. Slowly. What else we got? Got 1,000 ghosts there. Checking back in a bit. Yeah, no worries, man. So if you guys got any questions for us, let us know. Just to let you guys know that the Dispatch clothing is still available on the Teespring with 10% off. Just use offer code Dispatch. Link is in the video description. Yeah, it'll save you on shipping basically, which is pretty cool because Teespring charges a lot for shipping. It's crazy how much they charge. And there might be some more IMS merch coming out soon, Pete.
I think so. Yeah, we're sort of looking at doing a few other things. We are also toying with the idea of a Patreon to help support the production of everything. Because like Unreal Assets that we were talking about earlier, they're not cheap.
No.
Like small assets, £10 something, but when you start adding like 10, 20, 30, 50 pound assets on top of each other, it soon starts to become quite expensive.
Well, I mean, I've been part of the project since November and I've probably spent over 60 quid of my own money on it. So it just shows you.
Yeah.
To do certain things that I want to do, it's you have to, you know, you've got to be all in, you know. Pablo! So yeah, we might start a Patreon up for VTO, but we'll probably do a live stream about that on our YouTube channel, Virtual Towers Online. So make sure you go over there and subscribe, hit notifications so you don't miss if that happens.
And also check on the Facebook page because a lot more of what we do, like with the updates and everything, always go on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So Twitter and everything,
mm-hmm.
And also over on our Discord.
Yeah, our Discord's really cool. It's a bit quiet at the moment, but yeah, come on over because we as soon as we answer questions on there daily as well. Like, if you got any questions about the game, and there's great mods on there as well that will help you with any technical problems you have with the game. It's a great team of people, so yeah, come on over to the VTO Discord. I'll drop a link in the description afterwards, but definitely. What's that? The shipping for me is almost $30. Yeah, Canada sucks sometimes, doesn't it, Behemoth? Like, Behemoth said that to support CoasterGen at the highest tier, which is 15 quid a month, it would cost him $28 in the exchange rate, which is just baffling. Yeah. There we go. Such a great ride. Yeah, this is a really cool ride. Like, I actually, do you know what, right? This sim is, if it had a little bit more of a soundtrack to it, I think this would be one of my favorites, definitely. It's so chill and there's so much going on all the time. It's great. They've done a good job on this. I can't wait for you guys to get hold of this. Obviously, this is only available on Ride Sims Plus at the moment. But yeah. Wow. 56 minutes have been streaming for. It just feels like Hero Sim when. Oh god. Is it even worth doing a Hero Sim?
just smash your head against a brick wall. You're probably
smash your head against a brick wall and watch a blender go round very slowly. Nice. Do you know what it reminds me of, Hero? It reminds me of you know, the Riddler's mind control thing in Batman Forever, where it spins round on the building. It reminds me of that. I don't know why. I just got them vibes when I went to Flamingo last year. But I hope they open up the new coaster this year. I really do. I want to get on that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it's like to do that with lap bars and comfortable trains.
It looks so much bigger and bolder than Colossus.
Yeah, full tri-rail rather than the shaky bi-rail.
Yeah.
Hopefully should be a much smoother and also faster ride.
Yeah, the drop into the loop is much quicker.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a cable lift as well.
Yeah, the cable lift to provide you with so much airtime, it really will throw you over that hill. I just hope they open it. I think it could be a really underrated ride that we've got in the UK. And it'll always be a pleasure to be able to ride that as well.
It's like, oh, it's just a clone of Colossus, it's the same. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to feel the same. It's like when they had Corkscrew at Flamingo Land, and yet Towers had one as well. Two completely different feeling rides.
Yeah.
Even though it's the stock model, they felt so different. It was weird, because like the one at Flamingo Land was a lot smoother, but also run slower. Like, it just lumbered more, but that is what also made it feel smoother. I don't know, it was just very strange.
Yeah, I always remember how bassy Corkscrew's track noise was when you was on the ride. It was such a low tone, like when you hit the transitions and stuff. It's so cool. And
the fact that they both had the same lift hill noises. That's what did it for me. It was just like, because you always had that.
Yeah, as it comes off the chain.
The same.
Yeah, I do.
You could hear that for miles as well. So
yeah.
Parker Towers, you just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you could hear that like when you were walking through the tower bit just before you get to Fountain Square. You could hear Corkscrew going off. Like
same with Thunderlooper as well. You could hear that across the park.
See, I never got the luxury of getting on that. I went to Towers much later, for the first time than Thunderlooper.
Yeah, I managed to get on it before. My first time was when Nemesis was being built, so I got to see the pit with nothing in it.
Just the pit.
Yeah.
That would have been cool to see, though.
Like,
I bet you seen John Wardley so much in that area and you just didn't know it.
Well, probably, yeah.
Man, imagine being able to go back and seeing that.
Oh yeah, looking back at old photos, or the way things change.
Oh, the amount of photos we've looked at that thing, jeez. Like, my PC's full of them. I've only been in 2019. I'm a noob, even though I've been obsessed with the theme parks for years. I mean, it's not the easiest place to get to. Like, if you don't drive, if you don't, don't go on public transport that much. The way I actually get there, I have to do it, is I have to go to... Well, I can either go on my motorbike, but that is weather dependent. But if I go by public transport, I have to get a train from Manchester to Stoke. Then I use a taxi company called Roseville. And if the two of you... It's 12 quid each each way. So it's not too bad, but if you're on your own, it's 24 quid from Stoke to Towers. But if there's 2 of you, it's 12 quid. And it's 6 quid on the bus anyway, so I mean, it makes sense to get a taxi if there's 2 of you. And it's, you get there in 15-20 minutes, it's great. And obviously they drop you off at the entrance, not at the hotel, so even bigger win. Although I have had some taxi drivers take me all the way to the hotel, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, I'm going to priority, please. But they're a great taxi company though, Roseville Taxis in Stoke. Well, that's cool, Tom. Appreciate that. Hopefully we can get some tickets on Wednesday and we can sort that out. That'd be good. Alright then guys, well we're going to end the stream there. It's been an hour. There will be more streams this week. Obviously last night I was supposed to stream, but I had an absolutely banging headache. So thanks for everyone for, you know, reaching out for that on Twitter and stuff. Really appreciate it. It's been awesome. I hope you've enjoyed this stream, guys. If you have, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to our channel. And join our Patreon. Our Patreon is now available. Link is in the video description below. Pete, thanks for coming on, man. It's been awesome to talk to you with everybody. Yeah, we'll do it again more often, I think, because we've got a lot to talk about. A lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and if you are watching this on playback and you're still watching at the end, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell and follow us on our socials. But for now, I've been Luke, he's been Pete, and we've been CoasterGen. We will see you next time, guys. See you later.
See ya.